I'm Keith,
I'm Logan.
and welcome to Hot Zombie Summer, a Resident Evil review and retrospective podcast where we'll be playing through the main games of Capcom's Resident Evil series in release order.
We'll be talking characters, lore, gameplay, thrills, chills, and everything in between.
Yeah, so please join us, and we encourage you to listen along and play along with us as we go on this journey together. All right, welcome back to Hot Zombie Summer. This is part 2 of Code Veronica X. Last time we talked about the development, the characters, and the opening scenes. Now we're getting ready to hop in the gameplay. We've just been released from our cell at Rockford Island, and we're ready to venture out and make our escape. You're in the prison. You get released by Rodrigo. You get all your initial items. I forgot to mention that there is a green herb that you get as well. So there's no toilet or sink in Claire's cell. So that's not good. But they deliver a green herb. So that's thoughtful of
I
them.
see. Are you suggesting the herb is a substitute for running water or plumbing?
No, 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 not so much a substitute, but just like, well, in case she hurts herself, she can have a
Okay.
green herb. In case she winds up in caution sass somehow
Okay.
in the cell. So yeah. But
I
yeah, it gives
see.
you a green
I see.
herb. But I mean, for gameplay reasons, it's because, yeah,
Right.
you're on some enemies pretty soon here. But
Right. It's not like Rodrigo was like, well, I recognize there's no toilet, so here's an herb.
yeah, here's a herb. Here's a potted plant to use as a toilet in the meantime.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, then yeah, you walk up the stairs. You had to note that the loading screens are a little more intense in this one. There's like the heartbeat, at least in this
hmm
one, where you walk up the
hmm
stairs. And they use that a few times when you open a door, go up the stairs, and your like heart is beating really fast in the game,
Which was,
which
I
is
would
kind of cool.
say, that simulates or is reminds me of when I was a kid playing this. I think I was very scared to even leave the prison. I don't even think I made it very far out. I think I went outside and then stopped.
Yeah, like I'm done.
Yeah.
Which in real life is probably what I would do. I'd go back and be like, Rodrigo, thanks for the thought, but I'm just gonna stay here and hope for the
I'm
best.
fine. Yeah.
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 So we exit the prison proper, and then we wind up in a graveyard, and zombies are coming out of the ground. So they are digging themselves out of their graves. And I think that we had some thoughts on this because this is strange to me.
I don't like it. It's very like
Um,
Return of the Living Dead, but we
yeah,
there's not hard and fast rules for zombification in this game or the T virus, but this is the first time we've had like already dead bodies that weren't infected prior to death being
right,
reanimated. So I
right.
don't like it. I get why they did it. It's a cool visual to have zombies crawling out of the grave to get Claire, like the classic the hand bursts out of the dirt type of
Yeah.
imagery. But yeah, I didn't love it. And yeah, you're in the graveyard and you just have a knife at this point, so you're really more encouraged to run by him than anything else, I think.
I guess one quick note on that. I mean, do we know that the people were not infected at this
I
point?
guess they could have died like the very quick outbreak. To me, it
Seems
kind of felt
unlikely.
like when it was bombed, like
Yes.
that's when the outbreak happened.
Yes.
So I don't know if it was bombed and then they like had a break where they buried a bunch of bodies. To me, this felt like older bodies that
I think that's right.
reanimated, especially because they're decomposed.
Right.
They're not like
Right.
your standard zombies that you see that still have clothes on. They're blue naked zombies.
And the bombing happens like while we're playing the game, right?
That's a good question. Does it?
Well, I thought that when we were in the cell, it kind of,
Yeah, when we're in the cell. Yeah.
yeah.
Like that
So,
precipitates us being released as the initial attack.
right. So then it would be unlikely that in the 5 minutes that happened, somebody got infected, died, and then other people buried them, ran
Yeah.
away, and covered their tracks.
Yeah, had time to bury them and like like put a headstone up. Like yeah,
Right.
headstone
That
made. And like here lies Dave Johnston, beloved father, 1962 to 1998.
I feel like maybe
It
Nathan Fielder
comes
would do
on.
that.
Yeah, like ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
But
Nathan
you can
exist in
pre
the
yeah,
series?
Presumably, but I don't know. He would have been young at this point in 1998.
This was his like
Anyway,
first his
this
first
is his
prank.
first thing. Yeah. But
New
yeah,
headcanon.
yeah. I mean, you can buy graves ahead of time, but I don't know, I think it's weird to do. Maybe it's fine.
Like generally or
Yeah, like a family plot you can buy and be like, here's where
okay.
my kids will be buried. And it's like, that's
Yeah,
weird.
that's weird.
I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
They did not figure it out in this game,
not in
though.
this game because they have dead bodies, not buried very well.
Right.
Apparently not in coffins or anything. There's like rising up out of the ground. And yeah, you have to run by him. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm
I feel like
not
this is kind of trying
not
to
a
teach
fan.
you how to exist without the gun. Like that you don't. It's kind of a sign that you don't have to shoot every zombie. It's training you to kind of like run past them slash get caught and push them down slash use your knife.
Yeah.
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 And these blue zombies are more susceptible to the knife. This is the best knife in the series so far. It can kill the zombies with some effort,
I didn't
right?
use the knife at all in this game. Not once.
Really? I use the
Nope.
knife a ton. The
Nope.
knife is good in this game.
So the
It
reason I
does. Yeah.
didn't was because the knife sucks in every game. So I was
It
like,
sucks in every game except this one.
yeah. So then I was like, of course I'm not going to use
Yeah.
this fucking knife because it always sucks.
It was really like at least these blue zombies, they take 4 bullets to kill and they take 4 knife hits to kill. So I didn't like play test this, but I think a knife strike is like the equivalent of a handgun bullet in this game.
But doesn't that depend on the enemy or
Well,
does it
yeah, but
not?
like for a standard zombie.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
So,
strong.
because I did a lot of like shooting the zombies, knocking them down, and then busting my knife and swiping them like 2 or 3 times, and they die.
Oh, that's so much work. That's so
It's a
much
lot of
work.
work, but I also finished with like triple figures of handgun bullets. So is that better or worse? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, in terms of if this was a real situation, you would be very prepped, but
That's
it's
true.
not.
And I'm a prepper, a doomsday prepper. So
You're storing hundreds of bullets.
I'm storing hundreds of bullets and 1 knife and a bunch of herbs to try to for the zombie apocalypse
That would
and
be
various crests and keys and whatnot.
wouldn't this be a great side segment? We do some foraging and then eat the herbs while we're recording and see if we get sick.
And see what happens.
Yeah,
See
it's
if we
like
feel better.
I am cured of poison now.
Yeah. We just find like a red plant. We're like, okay, we need to find a we,
Gotta
we
mix
need to
the
find a
yeah.
green one, yeah. But yeah, we get through the initial graveyard area. We go to the next place and through the door, and we get your introduction to Steve, the character that we talked about last time. He's shooting at
Yes.
you, and then you grab a gun off a dead body and shoot at a searchlight, and he immediately backs down.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. He's whiny, he's edgy, he's dumb, he's not charming, and I'm pretty sure he just runs off.
Like they said, he's not charming specifically.
Specifically.
You're like, I know charming, and Steve is not it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
then we're at the prison barracks, right? Is kind of the area that we wind up in.
yeah, it's next sub area. So we are in the prison barracks, prisoner area. There's these very kind of bleak sort of bunks, like the stone bunks with just a thin blanket over them. And you are exploring. There's some dead bodies. It does the trick that this game loves, where they come alive eventually, and another trick that at least the first part of the game loves, where zombies will bust through the window. So
Right.
that happens here for the first time.
Right.
You do get a prisoner's memo, which is like a world building memo. And it talks about how they are experimenting and torturing on prisoners in this camp, and it goes over Alfred a little bit. You get your first introduction to Alfred. This is his secretary. Well, it's somebody that's friends with his secretary Bob, and they talk about how he was Alfred for one little mistake. They basically sentence him to death and send him to the prison
Yes.
barracks. And people, when they leave the prison, they don't come back. They go in to a door behind the guillotine and don't come back. And he's like, "Is this gonna happen to me?" And it's like, "Yeah, probably it'll happen to you."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's definitely happened to you.
We also learn a little bit about where we are geographically here in this memo. We learn that we're not in Europe, which is where the initial cutscene takes place with Claire raiding the Umbrella facility.
Yeah, we're not in
The
Paris anymore.
We are not. The writer of the memo thinks he's, quote, far south of the equator. And so this begs the question for me of where Rockford Island actually is geographically.
Yeah, I took it as one of those like outlying Antarctic islands. Like it's like maybe technically in the Antarctic, but like
Yeah.
not like the mainland.
Okay.
So it's not snowy. It's just kind of like depicted as being rainy and cold.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
so maybe it's like
Okay.
off the coast of like Patagonia or something, like off the coast of South America.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird that we don't really get a sense of that geographically, but maybe
No,
it's
we
not.
really
I don't
don't.
know.
Yeah. And presumably he's big in astrology and he was able to study the stars and figure out that we're in the
The prisoner.
yeah, the
Yeah.
prisoner in the
Yeah.
far south the
Yeah.
equator. Because how else would you know? I don't know.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he could talk to other people.
Until they know. Yeah, that's true. You can ask them, like,
Hey, do
where
you
are
know where
we?
we are?
And they're like, we're in the southern hemisphere. And he's like, no further question. Yeah, just walk up to prisoners, be like, what hemisphere are we in? I'm like, what?
Yeah,
So that's what he did. Yeah.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the prison area is kind of a weird area. It's really somber and kind of oppressive to me in a way atmospherically that the other locations in the game are not. I'm sorry, the other locations in other games.
I can see that. Yeah, it's very like bare bones. Like we're not in like any sort of ornate area the way we're in the
No.
mansion or like the RPD.
Yeah, it's
Where
austere.
yeah, we're kind of like outside with like sort of the construction area style like temporary trailers, temporary housing type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like even the barracks, it's like up on like it has no foundation. You can
Right.
like yeah, and there are zombie dogs underneath it who are pulling in dead bodies.
Yeah. That was
Yeah, that's
that
kind of
was
cool cutscene.
yeah, yeah, it was cool. It's like
Yeah.
nothing new or groundbreaking.
I was a little disappointed by the payoff because yeah, you have a cutscene of like something watching from under the like the stairs underneath the porch, and then you have a cutscene of somebody like something pulling in a corpse
Hmm.
to the underneath the house type of place. Like it's kind of like a trailer on cinder blocks type of thing, and then they're just zombie dogs. I'm like, all right,
Right.
I don't know. I was a little disappointed.
Which
I
is
thought we
kind
would
of
have like a
what
bigger monster.
it's kind of what the game does all the time in the beginning.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, not real
consistent.
shocked. Like, oh, there's also zombie Dobermans here.
Zombie doorman?
Dobermans.
Oh, Dobermans. I thought it was
Yeah,
like specifically doorman, huh?
Doberman. The
I was
little
like, I don't
bellhop
think
hat.
so. I don't think it was, you're like, this is temporary housing. There's probably no doorman.
Yeah, there's probably not. There's not concierge in the prison barracks.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you can
No.
be like, is there a good restaurant around here? Is that what you say to a concierge? I don't know.
Um,
Can you give me a taxi to the
yeah, I
airport?
mean, I feel like they'd be like, you can like do that yourself.
A concierge?
Yeah.
But isn't their job to help you? I thought that was their job. I haven't been
I
interacted by
mean,
concierges in my
I think
life, but
like holding the door for you. I don't know if they're like, get me a taxi. They'd be like, I don't have your
well,
phone.
that's a doorman holds the door for you, or a doorwoman. And I feel like a doorman slash woman would also hail a taxi for you. The concierge, I feel like they're to like help you with stuff. You're
Are
like, oh,
you talking are you talking about the front desk people?
I'm just talking about like a fancy hotel. If there's a concierge and you're like, I have an important business meeting tomorrow and I have a stain on my shirt, what do I do? And they're like, I'll take care of that for you, sir. And they like get dry clean for you.
I
Like
think
in a fancy hotel, not like a double
sure.
tree. Yeah.
Sure. I think this is way beyond my experience and income level because I'm like, I have no idea how that
It's way
works.
it's also way beyond mine, which is probably why I'm like, that's what this is, right?
We're like, I think this is what rich people
Yeah.
do, right? They're like, can
Yeah.
you hail me a taxi and get this stain out of my shirt?
Yeah.
They're like, in that
I'm
order?
at I'm at the budget in, like ring the bell. The clerk is like smoking a cigarette. I'm like, can you help me with this? But yeah. So
Yeah, so
anyway,
no doormen.
no doorman at the prisoner
No,
barracks, but
no.
or anywhere in the game as far as I know, as far as we know.
There were
And
probably doormen around the palace.
well,
Probably.
Alfred's very secretive, so maybe he didn't
That's
want
true.
to.
He
Yeah.
executed all of them,
He
probably.
executed all of them for for noticing that he was walking around in a dress half the time.
Yeah, yeah.
So where were we? We're in
We
the
were we're palling around the prison area.
we find a machine gun that's in the barracks.
We do. We get
Yeah. The
bioweapon.
MP.
What's that?
The MP, is that what this is?
Yes.
Yeah.
We get gas rounds and flame rounds really early. Like this is
Yeah.
really,
Crazy early.
yeah, but we don't have anything to fire them yet.
Yeah, this is a Resident Evil. We talked about this. This is a Resident Evil like classic trick where it gives you the ammo before you get the gun,
Yep.
but this is like way before you get the gun.
Yeah, and also I
Yeah.
don't think we
And you don't get to
encounter,
keep them either.
no, we don't encounter any enemies that we would need to use these on yet.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
This
now
is,
we're in the security room, right? That
yeah,
we're yeah.
which is where the metal detector is, which is incredibly annoying.
Yeah, I was kind of like you, where I initially thought this was a cool idea, and I was like, this sucks. Um, is it a puzzle? It's more just a restriction. There's like an area where
Yeah,
you have to deposit all of your items into a security box
right.
and then go through, meet with Steve again, and then go back through again and get your items a second time.
You eventually find a way around so you can enter
Yeah.
through the side and retrieve them. But I think it exists as like a set piece to kind of ramp up tension, right? If you don't have your weapons, then you're defenseless, but it doesn't really make good on that to me.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything with that. Yeah.
No, there's
Because
some
you never really
zombies,
don't
but
really have your weapons really. So
yeah. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is an area that you can basically soft lock the game, right? If you do not take the fire extinguisher out later, which we'll talk about.
but yeah, we earlier we saw the burning truck and there's a case that we need to get. So we have to find a fire extinguisher.
Yes.
So you find the fire extinguisher, you go back and you put out the fire for the burning truck, and then you get the little like non-metal material type of thing.
Yes.
Like if you
Yes.
leave the empty fire extinguisher in that box and are like, I should take an empty fire extinguisher with me to Antarctica, which would be an insane thing to do in real life,
Oh
to
yeah.
just be like, carrying around an empty fire extinguisher. Then you're fucked. Like you have to like start the game over,
Yeah.
which is insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Especially in a like zombie outbreak,
yeah,
you're like hands are full with a fucking
I guess you could
extinguisher.
use that as like a bludgeon, like a club.
But if you have a gun, why would you
And
do
I
that?
have a gun. I'm carrying a fire extinguisher around with me.
Yeah.
All right, this game, you can uh hopefully we're getting across how crazy this game is and how nothing anyone does makes any sense. I still like it, but yeah, it's just it's
Yeah, it's
odd decisions that if you game them out like IRL zombie outbreak, you'd be like, why am I what's
right.
going on?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, right? You use that kind of non-metallic synthetic material to, I mean, and this also sounds absurd, right? So you can't in the game disable the metal detector. So you have to
Yes.
make a replica of the emblem you need to get to the next area that's non-metal. So
Yes. Yeah. So
in
you,
yeah,
yeah.
instead you use a 3D printer, which I'm not sure how Claire would know how to use that.
It is
Um,
basically a 3D printer, like a 3D printer that they're going to use to make guns that can get through metal detectors, is what
right,
the note basically says.
right. And so that's like totally bizarre, right? To like
Yeah.
make a duplicate emblem that can pass through a metal detector to get to another area. I wrote in my notes, this puzzle is very STEM.
I can see that. Yeah. 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 Because you have this area where you can't, basically, you can't bring anything metal back and forth. So you have to like go through, go back, find the non-metal thing,
Hmm.
use the metal emblem to make a 3D model of not metal, and then that works as a key.
Hmm.
It's very strange.
That's bizarre. That's
Yeah.
totally bizarre. But I mean, this is like the world of Resident Evil, right? We've been doing
Yeah.
this for like three games, but it's
Yeah.
still weird. It will
They've
not.
been trained since childhood to solve these insane puzzles,
Right.
apparently, because they were just like, yeah, this is what you do. That's how you get
Yeah.
around.
I mean, I'm jumping way ahead in the series, but like I do think that there is a charm to these puzzles in a way that like in contemporary Resident Evil games, it's like find the fuse, put the fuse in the fuse box. It's like
Yeah, I guess it's
that's kind
very
of
like
boring.
it's very adventure gamey, very like
Yeah.
90s adventure game, it feels
Yeah.
like, which has a certain charm to it for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting this emblem does mean that we can get out of this area.
Yeah, we get out through the area. There's also the second instance of monsters busting through the windows. That is the one time when you don't have your gun, so you're running back from the far side of the metal detector area to the first side where you can pick up your guns and zombies bust through the windows. But you
Right.
can get through them pretty easy. You
Right.
can just kind of
Right.
run around them, so it's not too much of a problem.
Yeah.
Mm.
Before we leave this area, though, there is something important that happens plot-wise. We meet up with Steve again, and he
Yeah.
reveals Umbrella is spying on Chris.
So we meet with Steve. Steve, in addition to knowing all about guns and planes and helicopters, is also good with the computers because he's like digging around a computer when you pop into him, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I found your brother Chris Redfield." Or no, he says, "I found a Chris Redfield. Is that in relation to you?"
Right.
And she's like, "Yeah, that's my brother."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he says that Umbrella's spying on him,
Yeah.
which Chris knows already,
Yeah.
but Claire acts like it's a big deal.
Right.
And then they also find the coordinates of their where they're at Rockford Island. And then this is it's a weird part. Do you remember, does she say she's like, I'm gonna send this to Leon specifically?
Yeah, I forget the in-game reason exactly, but she needs to get him a message and she does it through Leon. And I
Yeah,
don't really understand that.
I don't either. It's like, because again, she's looking for Chris, but Leon can contact Chris,
Right.
and she's in contact with Leon, so she could have just contacted Leon this whole time and avoided all of this. I
Right.
don't even get it.
Right. And maybe we're actually on the same page with Steve here because Steve doesn't like this at all.
Steve, Steve is so weird. So he freaks out at the thought of someone coming to rescue him from the island. And it's like, what? I get what they're
Right.
going for. They're going for Steve feels betrayed by his dad. So he has like this thing like, oh, I'm just on my own. I can't trust anybody type of thing.
Sure. Yeah.
And if that characterization was in a teen movie and we were like offering to help Steve with his homework and he flipped out on us and was like, you can't trust anybody. I don't want your help. Like that would still be unreasonable. You'd be like, he's 17, he's going through lots of stuff, it's fine. In this situation, to be like, I don't want anyone's help, it's like, well, you're stranded on a zombie island. Like,
Right.
I don't
Right.
care how emotionally damaged you are. If you have any self-preservation instincts whatsoever, you would want help, right?
Right. Yeah. It
Yeah.
makes zero sense. This is not a situation he's been prepared for at
No.
all.
Yeah. So he
So,
storms off at the thought of someone rescuing him from the zombie island. Yeah.
yeah,
And then
reason 9,567 why Steve sucks.
yeah, he's a weird character. But yeah, then eventually we uh do a series of objectives, complicated objectives between the two boxes and the metal detector to get the Hawk emblem, make it into a non-metal material emblem. We get various keys, we get the fire extinguisher, monsters bust through the window. We go back, we pop the fake Hawk album. I keep wanting to say album.
The Hawk album.
The Hawkwind album, the classic, the classic prog rock album. And then we can escape the prison for the first time. But we'll be back.
We will be back, and we're
Yeah.
actually going to be back right now because we are going area by area in
Yeah.
this game.
We're gonna go area by area just to make it maybe less confusing.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there
And
is a lot.
comment on people being repeat offenders.
What?
And comment on recidivism.
Oh, I see.
Because
I
we
see.
keep going
Got it.
back to prison, so yeah.
That's the part I was like,
Yeah.
you're like repeat offenders. So we're back at the prison
We're
because this game involves a lot of backtracking. And because you can somewhat do things in slightly different orders, we suspect that we both did that in terms of where we were going and what we were doing. We thought it best to go area by area in this game to minimize just kind of saying, well, we went here and then we went there and then we went here and then we went back. So we're just going to go ahead and finish with the prison and go area by area.
yes. Yeah. You run into a lot, there's a lot of backtracking and you run into a lot of dead ends. There's a lot of like wandering
Yes.
around being like, I don't know where to go. Maybe let's go back and see if there's anything there
Right.
type of things.
Right.
It is a good game to like use a guide, not like step by step maybe, but just as like
Yeah.
point me in the right direction. Like
Yeah.
that, I can't use a guide like that. I'll have to confess in this game.
Yeah. No, me
'Cause I
too.
got,
Yeah. If
yeah,
I
I
got,
got confused about what I was doing, especially when you're like putting it down for a couple days and coming back to it. And it's like, what was I doing? Like it's
yeah.
definitely a tough game
Yeah.
for that. So
I will say that there is an interesting thing that I've noticed playing these games, which is that there's like a kind of weird muscle memory involved, right?
okay.
Like I don't always know where I'm going. Like I couldn't describe it to you, but I know where to take the character in the
That's
game.
a
Does that
good
make
point.
sense?
Yeah. Like you just kind of know like, oh, this door will get me to where I need to go.
Hmm.
But if I had to
Hmm.
give you like directions on how to get around Rockford Island, like I wouldn't
No,
be able to do it.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
something I noticed really ever since we started replaying the first game where,
Yeah.
especially when the map is like pretty useless, it's like you kind of have to have a baked in sense of where you're going.
Yeah. And that's interesting because as much as like we talk about them being intense and like especially when we were kids, like not liking to play for a long time at once,
Yeah.
I do think it kind of rewards like a long play session
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
can more readily remember like, okay, where have I been here? Where was I? I was just here. Oh, I got this key. I wonder if that unlocks that door. And the map is better in this game. Like the
It is.
map,
Yeah.
kind of like in three, it shows you like what doors are locked, what doors are unlocked, what doors you have a key for. It kind of like blinks and being like, "Oh, hey, go here now. You have a key." So the map helps a lot, but
It does.
it's still a confusing area because if you're not like pausing and going through every area, you might have a key that you don't even realize you're having. So,
Right. Yeah.
but
Agree.
yeah. So anyway, we're back. We're back in jail. We we broke our parole.
Right. Right.
Yeah, we left the state and yeah, judge threw her the key.
Yep. And we get to catch up with Rodrigo again, right?
Yeah.
So what brings us back is right, we eventually get a second eagle plate that we use behind the guillotine that we encounter. We also return to give Rodrigo hemostatic medicine, which we give him, which is an optional thing to do. That is not something you have to do in the game.
Yeah, it's optional, but it's good to do. So you find the hemostatic medicine in another area that we'll talk about, and that's where you're looking for Rodrigo to kind of patch up his internal bleeding so he can live for another couple of hours. So
Yeah, sad but true. Yeah.
yeah, or like
Yeah.
day. It's not really clear how long
I'm
passes,
not
but
sure. Yeah, that's very
yeah,
unclear.
it's nighttime both times, so it's either been a few hours or like 24 hours.
Yeah.
It hasn't been long. But anyway, we give Rodrigo the hemostatic medicine. He's thankful, and then we also give him our lighter, which is kind of like we're kind of like here, this lighter's for good luck.
Yeah, that's kind of
It's a
unclear to
weird,
me.
yeah. It's like
Um,
a video game kind of exchange sequence.
right.
It's like getting the big Goron sword in Ocarina of Time. There's this sort of
Yeah.
nonsensical trading sequence to get the
Yeah.
lockpick.
Yeah.
Like I'll give you the hemostatic massive and the lighter, and you give me the lockpick. A
Yeah.
classic trade.
Yeah. Boy, if I had some hemostatic medicine, I guess I would try to trade it for a lockpick. I'd be like, "Do you have a lockpick?"
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
it is, it's a barter economy at Rockfort. There's no
Yeah,
currency that we find anywhere.
that's true.
It's not
That's
like
true.
four where we have money.
Right, right. I'm
So,
a
yeah,
merchant.
we
Um,
need a coincidence of wants, as you would learn in a economics class.
hey, what?
A coincidence of wants.
I don't think I've ever heard
Like
that.
he wants it's the idea of like why it's good to have a currency.
Okay.
Because like if we just had like a pure barter economy and you were internally bleeding and I had hemostatic medicine, you couldn't just give me money for it. You'd have to have a lockpick also. And I
Right.
would need a lockpick. A coincidence of wants. Is that what I said?
Yeah, that is what you said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coincidence of wants. So
yeah.
yeah. So
Speaking
that's
of
what happens here.
speaking of currency, are you familiar with wrench attacks?
No. Unless it's what it sounds like. Is it about
It,
someone attacking with a wrench?
yeah, but it's like apparently people do this with to steal from people who have crypto because crypto is
Oh,
not right, like it's not in a bank
yeah.
per se. So I was reading about somebody like wrench attacked like Sam Altman's ex-boyfriend or something like
Oh,
that,
I thought
and
you were
they
gonna say Sam Altman. I got really excited.
yeah.
Anyway,
But yeah, they like wrench attack this person, and then basically we're just like, it was a whole video about like cold storage and warm storage, and basically they're just like because it's not protected by a bank, like you can basically be like, I'm going to hurt you more unless you give me the stuff, and they did, and they got
so
like
it's literally like they're torturing with a wrench.
yeah
Yeah, I have heard of that, like people being
yeah
like kidnapped and tortured. There's a whole thing with like it was more complicated than I think it was reported, but there's this weird story of like an Italian guy, I think, and he was like a
Mhm.
crypto whale,
Oh,
and then he
crypto
ended up getting
whale, what is
like,
that?
well, it's like somebody has a lot of crypto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a whale being like a gambling whale, like you spend a lot of money in the
Okay,
casino. That's where it comes
gotcha,
from.
gotcha.
So yeah, he was like a crypto whale guy, and these guys like befriended him, and then they were trying to like get him to give him his password, and then he wouldn't do it. And then eventually they're like, well, Mr. Nice Guy didn't work. Now we're just gonna like torture him for several weeks in his apartment. And yeah, same thing. They're like, yeah, like tying him to a chair and pulling out his fingernails and
Ah,
shit.
God, Jesus. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's funny, like all these things happen, and there's still less so than there were like 4 or 5 years ago. There's still people like, yeah, crypto's the future.
I know,
Like, what
right?
is wrong with you?
Right. It's like that's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's like, oh yeah, all my money is like with me at all times, and anyone can just steal it. I have no recourse. Like,
Right.
what a great
Right.
idea.
Right. Yeah, it's like
Yeah. And also its value changes constantly, so it's completely useless in terms of like buying or selling anything. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't get it. But
yeah. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
yeah. So
Um
maybe that's what happened here. They had a crypto economy and then it collapsed. So now we just have to trade medicine for lockpicks. But
that was like an excellent like return. What's the word I'm looking for? Callback?
yeah.
Way to get us back on track.
Maybe it
I
gets
don't
back on
know.
track.
I
So
don't know.
yeah.
Excellent bow job.
Yeah. Uh,
Uh,
so we have no lighter, but we do have a lockpick.
right.
Do we mention the use of the lighter in this game?
We did.
The
We
li-
talked about
the
it.
the main use is that keeps the infected bats from attacking you, is mostly what you use it for.
And I never realized that. So I just
Oh,
got
so you just got
attacked a
attacked
lot.
by bats. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you equip
Yeah.
the lighter and carry around, the bats won't come near you. That's why you have the lighter. So
Yeah. So,
yeah. And if you lockpick, you can unpick simple locks. So
right. You can get some
yeah.
cool items. I think
Yeah.
some weapon upgrades and other kinds of
Yeah.
explosive arrows.
It's a good trade. It's worth doing. And Claire's also a master of unlocking. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. Watch out, Jill.
watch out, Jill. She's coming for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we also unlock an area in the prison where there are more torture rooms, because this game is, I guess, into torture, iconography. So there is a cool moment, right? It's like very telegraphed, but the way that the camera works, there's a body bag in the foreground when you enter kind of a cabin area, and when you leave the room, the body bag moves.
Yeah.
Um, you later find out that this is a quote unquote doctor, who enjoys torturing and killing people, which is again par for the course for Umbrella. And as you note, unsurprisingly, Alfred is into it.
Yeah, I like to see his credentials. Doesn't seem like much. He's kind of a, you know, doctor in the way that Doctor like Mengele was a doctor, and
Yeah,
Doctor like Ishii was a doctor. So he's not helping people. Now obeying his Hippocratic oath.
right,
He's
right.
doing harm.
Yeah, definitely probably violated HIPAA.
Yeah. To make matters even worse, he's releasing personal medical records
Right,
without a
right,
proper authorization for them.
right. If that wasn't bad enough that he was
Yeah.
torturing people
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's torturing them to get their to
to
get their
violate
medical
HIPAA,
records. Yeah. Yeah.
he's like,
But
does
yeah,
this
it's a
violate
very
HIPAA? Does this violate HIPAA?
yeah, you find the note, it's very boiler. It kind of reminded me, this game came out before Red Dragon, but it reminded me like Red Dragon, where it's like, oh, there's a demon inside of me, there's a
Yeah.
monster inside of me type of thing. And
Red Dragon, the Thomas Harris novel.
the Thomas, oh, I guess the novel is out by now, but the movie wasn't out by now. So,
Oh, okay,
but
but
yeah, yeah,
Hannibal
the
Yeah,
Hannibal Lecter
yeah,
averse
yeah.
novel, yeah.
The Hannibal Lecter
Yeah, yeah. The HCU, the Hannibal Cinematic
Yeah,
Universe.
it's like recommended for you because you like Marvel, the Hannibal Cinematic Universe.
I would take that over Marvel. I'm not a big Marvel guy, but
I know I wouldn't, but
uh,
I stick with Marvel against my better interests. So
yeah. Especially if I had to watch all of them, because you could watch the whole HCU and you'd be done in like 4 movies.
yeah,
Whereas the MCU, you'd be there for weeks watching everything.
I
There's
think
like 50
there's
of them.
37 movies.
That's too many. That's too much. I can't do it.
That's
Yeah. If you watch the TV show, which I thought was good, not the Marvel TV
Oh
show,
yeah,
the
I thought
Hannibal
I was
TV
like,
show.
yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah, then
so. It
you
was
yeah, then you have a lot more.
yeah,
But
Mads Mikkelsen's great.
Matt Nicholson's really good. Yeah. And I don't know his name, but the kind of detective guy, he did a
Oh,
good job.
Hugh Dancy.
Hugh Dancy. And oh, I'm forgetting his name. He's a British guy. He's since come out as like gender fluid. Eddie Izzard.
Oh
Eddie
yeah,
Izzard.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
a good turn as like a serial killer guy
Yeah.
in the show. So yeah,
Yeah.
Hannibal, good show.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Um
Hannibal-esque torture chambers that you find.
yeah, and they're like weirdly like Inquisition-y, right? Like there's like Iron Maidens and rats
Yeah, yeah, we're
and like
back to
it's
like
so over the
Brian
top.
Ironsy type of like ostentatiously medieval type of stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
torture racks and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, this is beside the point, but I guess this is a secret area, but I'm just like, why is all this hidden? It seems like they were not everybody, but
Yeah, why they bother?
right. I mean, like Alfred
Yeah.
murders people regularly. Like why would they keep the torture hidden? Like there's a
Yeah,
guillotine in
that's
the
a good point.
yard.
Yeah. Especially he's like, no one could ever find out, and I have to hide it. Like his we're all going towards you. You killed the doctor who's now a zombie, who's like more powerful.
Yes.
Yeah. Which that's interesting too, is they're like there's something with the T virus that's almost like magical, you
Hmm.
know? Like I would you qualify Resident Evil as like sci-fi technically? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's all
Yeah.
about mutation and the perils of genetic
But
kind of engineering.
but there is a sense where like if you're more evil, you'll be harder to kill when you become a zombie. Am I crazy for this?
Yeah, no, that's
Like
right.
this guy particularly, but also like bosses are always like, especially as go on, bosses are always like injecting themselves the virus, and then for some reason they turn into like a huge giant crazy monster and not just like a regular zombie.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like I know the answer to that in terms of gameplay, right? But in terms of like why that's the case,
Yeah, like in world building, like yeah, why are some
right,
monsters higher than others?
right, yeah,
So
which is
yeah,
strange. Yeah, it
yeah.
is
So this
weird.
guy as an evil guy, he's hard to kill as a zombie.
Right,
So
right. And by
yeah,
that it like he takes like twice as many bullets.
yeah. It's not like it's maybe a mini boss you'd qualify it as, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like less than like a Bandersnatch, which is an enemy we'll reveal that we haven't met
Right.
yet,
Side
but
side note
we'll meet.
that side note that you're not going to care about. Whenever I hear or read the word Bandersnatch, I say it in the voice of Will Poulter from that Black Mirror episode,
I was gonna
Bandersnatch,
say, yeah, Black Mirror,
where he
yeah.
says Bandersnatch,
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch,
Yeah.
which was again another side story. Did you ever watch that one? It was the interactive
No,
one.
that was the interactive one. No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
it kind of
Yeah.
sucked.
I heard
I,
it was bad. I was going to, and I heard it's bad. I was like, I won't bother then.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was interesting. I went through it with my dad and
Hmm.
brother-in-law at home back when it came out, and there's a choice where you can choose to accept psychedelics or not.
Oh.
But my dad was in control, so he just said say no to drugs and declined.
Was he doing it like a bit, or was he sincerely like, even in a even a show, I'm not doing
I'm
drugs?
not sure. I think it was even in the show say no to
Okay.
drugs, and I was just
Yeah.
like, but clearly the narrative would be better for accepting them,
Yeah.
right? Because then nothing happens.
So he was role playing in terms of like if it was me, I wouldn't.
I
Yeah, he
think
was doing that
so.
kind of role play
I think
versus like the
so.
I'm gonna have as much fun as possible type of role play.
Right. I mean, to me,
Yeah.
it's like, why wouldn't you just see what happens because it's a choose your own adventure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of the more I go back and forth when I'm playing like more of a like a choice game role playing game. Like usually honestly the first time I play through I do a kind of like if this was real, what would I do type of
Sure.
playthrough. But but it's probably more fun to do like what I think would be more interesting type of
Right.
playthrough.
Especially for like Bandersnatch. It's like
Yeah, for
nobody cares
Bandersnatch.
about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Not putting that much time into it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Bandersnatch.
But
Anyway.
but yeah, you killed a Dr. Zombie and he drops a glass eye.
Right. It falls
And
out of
that's a
his head,
key.
right?
Yeah, it falls out of his head. And that mentioned his note too. He's like, "Oh, I'll keep the key on me at all times. It'll be something no one can notice." And it's like, all right. So it kind of telegraphs that. And then you get the glass eye to go further down to the torture chamber, and then more crazy Resident Evil stuff when you get to the end of all the torture things. There's a piano scroll in an Iron Maiden that has like a sword stuck through it, and also a zombie in it.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't really ever understand or get to find out why the player piano scroll is in this Iron Maiden.
No, like who put it there, and also I guess it's more like whoever's in the Iron Maiden was killed, like not from the T virus, they were killed from being in the Iron Maiden.
Right.
Yeah, so it's more kind of like the T virus can now reanimate already dead corpses
Right.
that
Which
weren't affected
again,
prior to death.
not into. Not into.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It feels like we're breaking the rules of the world, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So, but
Um,
is
but
that all
this
you do in the
is
prison? Pretty much.
this is it. This is it for the prison.
Yeah.
I don't think we really need to come back here in the
Yeah.
game once we've
We're
cleared
being
this.
paroled.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, But yeah, the
So
next area after the prison is the palace. So the palace is the official residence for the earls of the island.
that's right. That's
It's
right.
in the book they refer to it as like the visitors' mansion. It's
Hmm.
kind of like
That's weird.
yeah, like where they bring like dignitaries and stuff, which kind of
Hmm.
makes sense in the why there's like a casino in there and shit.
I
But
guess it's the
well, it's
as
not a
you'll
particularly impressive casino, which we'll
yeah, I
get
was
to.
gonna say
Yeah.
as we'll get to, it's like the world's saddest casino.
Yeah, it's like a casino where like you meet like the divorce guy at work invites you over for a beer and you feel bad for him, and then you go to his garage and he has like a poker table and you're like, all
Hmm.
right,
Yeah, it's like a semi-functional
like
slot machine that
you're like
spits out.
how soon can I leave without being rude? But yeah, it's yeah, in the palace it's kind of well we meet Alfred here. We've had Memo Alfred, but officially we meet him when we walk into the palace.
Yes.
He shoots
Yes.
at us.
And he is wearing full military regalia, right? A
Yeah.
red military coat with medals and epaulettes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not really up on like I like history. I'm not like super into military history specifically, but this feels like Asian Napoleon type of military uniform. Like it's not like a modern military uniform at all.
No, no,
Yeah, it has
no.
like ruffles and shit on it. And like a big coat.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
he's
it's like
like
a 19th century military
yeah,
uniform.
he's cosplaying
Yeah.
old-timey stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
at most it's like a World War One era, like officer's uniform or something. but
Right.
not something you wear like in combat.
Well, maybe back then.
Yeah, maybe like way back when, but
Right.
not like yeah,
Right.
you're not like crawling through the trenches in the mud in this thing.
Probably not. No.
Yeah,
No.
but but uh, but yeah, you have a cutscene where he's firing the rifle at you. You're hiding, and you kind of know what you kind of get a sense of him where he is like we talked about accusing Claire of orchestrating all of this and like tell me who you work for type of thing. And Claire's
Right.
like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just yeah, you brought me here, frankly, you and your company. I just want to get
Right.
out of here. But
Right.
he doesn't believe you.
And he's a terrible shot, which I believe you wrote was on the nose slash consistent with his character.
It is consistent with character because he's like he's in the stuff, but he's never portrayed as like competent or really
No.
even like a threat to you.
No.
Yeah, like he's just kind of like an annoying guy that's running around and making things more complicated for you.
Yeah. He's
But
very
he's not like a Wesker supervillain where it's like, oh, he actually could kill us if we wanted to, type of thing.
no. He's very flamboyant and over the top. And after he
Effeminate,
yeah.
which is in this game portrayed as a negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's definitely not a good portrayal.
yeah. Yeah. And very like stunted too, because we find out that he's was 12 when his sister went into stasis, and he kind of feels like a 12-year-old boy. Like I think that's like maybe how he was written, how the actor played him was like, I'm gonna play him as like a 12-year-old boy pretending to be like a tough guy, is what it feels like to me. Just very like emotionally and
Yeah. Yeah.
mentally stunted type of thing.
Definitely a state of arrested development.
Yeah, which fits with the whole like obsession with the military stuff and
Right.
guns, tanks and shit like that. Like it feels, yeah, very like childish in a
Right.
way.
Yeah. And I will say that to the game's credit, as we kind of start exploring the palace, there are lots of rooms with like guns and military decor, and it does give us a sense of what this family's about in a
Yeah.
pretty distinct way. So I think that's like a useful piece of set design, even if it's bizarre.
Yeah, it's good like art direction in a way. Like saying the tone, saying the
Yeah.
stage, and everything's very like ostentatious, but more old-timey than like a we talked about the Spencer Mansion kind of having like a 60s lounge vibe.
Right.
And this feels like an older vibe than that. It feels like it's
Yeah.
more calling back to, like the first half of the 20th century, later half of the 19th century type of stuff with just the excessive ornamentation. Like everything's very like bright colors and lots of like gold leaf, gold leaf type of stuff
Yeah.
and things like that. Yeah.
I feel like I'm impressed by your architectural dating.
Uh, don't hold me to that. Well, they did look at that was in the when we talked about the development, they were looking at like old-timey aristocratic architecture and design to
Yeah,
kind of design this mansion and the other mansion. So yeah, I
that's
kind of
true.
think that's more of like old-timey nobleman type of thing. So
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
But you want
Um,
to talk about the video? We find the video pretty early on.
yeah. So I was disturbed by this. We find a home video with the twins as children,
Yeah.
Alexia
Alfred and
and
Alexia.
Alfred, and they're
They're like
torturing bugs on a Super 8 film.
8, 9, 10-ish. They're like kids. They're not like even preteens yet.
Did I say they were 12?
No, you did. I'm just
Okay.
like
I was
kind
like,
of
did I
saying
make that
like
up?
to time it out. It's
Okay.
kind of showing like the idea is that they were always fucked up.
Right. Right.
Yeah, like they're both. And I mean, I guess they're uh monster twins from a dead lady.
Yeah.
But also, if you wanted to raise well-adjusted children, this isn't the best environment for that. Not to excuse them, but I'm just saying,
No, no.
like, they're the only kids on this horrible prison island. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not surprising they came out a little weird. So,
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I guess like I think so I'm not condoning it, but yes, the act of ripping a dragonfly's wings off and feeding it to ants is repulsive. I think maybe just as repulsive in the context of this game is that they have a video of it and they keep it.
yeah, yeah, it's weird, like who made the video and who like set it up to play.
Yeah, that's
Like
bizarre.
this is played for dignitaries. Alfred's like meeting somebody like cut a business deal, and he's like, Well, first I need to show you the video of me and my twin sister torturing a bug 20 years ago. Like what?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's serial killer coded. They
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's kind of a common trope that people start
And did
with
you
animals and then progress to killing people. So,
yeah,
and
did you
also there's dragonflies and ants. That imagery will play into the game. So
it
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Did you get the sense of incestuous undertones with the twins? I mean, that's definitely suggested, right?
In terms of just like the look they give each other,
Yeah, in
yeah,
the
they give a
video.
very like knowing look that yeah, it's trying to convey like they have a deep bond between each
Right.
other. Like
Right.
they, again, they're children, so it feels weird to say that like looking at each
Yeah,
other lustily, but I feel like the game wants us to think that,
I think
like
so.
portrayed. Yeah. So yeah,
And
I
again,
can.
this is all I think like it hasn't held up well, right? It's just like how do we really communicate they're fucked up?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's no subtlety to it at all. It's
No.
very yeah, and no real pathos. Like there's no point where we're meant to like feel bad for Alfred, really.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean he's like had objectively bad life, but he's also like it's not like there's any sense that he ever tried to improve
Right.
himself like morally or anything. So
And
I don't know. I don't.
he's
It's
just
just kind of standard evil guy type of stuff. Yeah.
he's just indiscriminately killing people too. So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah. It's
particularly sympathetic.
yeah. The suggestion is like they've always been evil. It's not like, oh, they were like made to be evil by their upbringing, which I don't think is particularly interesting.
No, not really. It's pretty
Yeah.
cardboard to me.
Yeah, if you compare it to like a Lisa Trevor, which we'll talk about next game, and maybe that hasn't held up as well as I remember it, but I feel like that does have like some
Yeah.
pathos to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas this is just, yeah, it's just like even if they were born in, Cleveland, they'd still be serial killers. They'd still be evil.
That's
I guess
true.
that's a bad example because Ohio is like has a rep for being like the serial killer capital
Oh,
of the
does
Union.
it really?
Yeah, like Jeffrey Dahmer's from Ohio, and
I thought he was from Wisconsin.
I think he was from Ohio and then he moved to Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
And killed
Okay.
people in Milwaukee. But yeah, that's one of those things. I should have said if he was from, I don't know, Iowa.
Indiana? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess Wisconsin's a weird place too, because Gene was from Wisconsin.
That's true. Yeah.
I should have not gone to the Midwest. I should have said he was from uh New Mexico.
Or yeah, Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah, if they were raised in Phoenix, they'd still be serial killers and still be torturing bugs as they grow
Probably. Yeah.
older.
They
Yeah.
would just be torturing like fire
Scorpions,
fire ants or something. Yeah.
fire ants, yeah. Yeah. But
Oh, we get more Steve interaction.
yeah, we get more Steve interaction. So as Claire, we find a room with golden lugers at the end. If you take them out, it closes on you. You have to put them back to leave. And then as you're leaving the mansion, there's a cutscene where you hear somebody like screaming for help. And that's Steve, because Steve's dumbass took the lugers and couldn't figure out how to get back out. But it works out because you go and you do the easiest puzzle in the game, where there's like a keyboard and you just have to press the two guns. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole puzzle. And it's
Yeah.
pretty I think it even gives you a hint. It's like match the guns up, or I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's very, very obvious what to do. Um but yeah, then Steve gets out and he has his Lugers now, and you're
And he immediately points them at Claire once you get him out, which is
yeah.
wild slash gross behavior. Right. And he says, I found them, so I'm keeping them. See you around, Claire. Adios. So
Yeah.
he, at this point, has no interest in collaborating and he's doing God knows what.
Yeah, he's just wandering around. And then yeah, then basically like your idea is like, why need to find some other guns and trade them with him to get guns. Again, it's the barter economy.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
you trade guns with him. So
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Claire's bartering. Steve's bartering.
Yeah, everybody is.
Um, okay.
That's okay.
Other things in the palace. I don't
Well,
think
that same room where you get the Lugers, where you find those, you find like a ship wheel, like a ship steering wheel.
like literally an old-timey ship
Yeah,
wheel.
like you're on like a playground and you find like the steering wheel. Yeah, which is more like old-timey stuff. And then yeah, the ship wheel goes to a you can use that at the airport, which you can also access this time, but you can't do much besides put the ship wheel in, and they get a message that you can't do anything.
Right. So we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So, um, but
We we do
yeah,
have a oh sorry,
oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
We do get to eventually through the gold key, what I think is maybe the best puzzle in the game.
Agreed.
Right.
I like this.
Yeah. So basically, you enter a room that has a bunch of portraits of the Ashfords throughout history. You read a memo from the butler who narrates the history of the Ashfords, and you are prompted to, quote, reveal the true power.
Yeah, so you're in this kind of hall with portraits, and there is, I think, seven total.
Yeah.
And the goal is to like trace like, okay, this was the first person, which is Veronica, and then it goes down the line till you get to Alfred.
Yes.
But then the reveal the true power is the picture of Alfred reveals a picture of Alexia.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting because
Yeah.
like was the butler
Yeah.
in on the whole like Alexia being the chosen twin, the savior of the Ashford family type of thing? I guess that's the implication, but
Yeah. And I
yeah.
think that it is it's a fun puzzle because it's taking the information from the memo and deducing the lineage of the family. And so I thought
Yeah.
that that was fun.
I like it
And
too.
yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like, do you remember doing like the standardized testing where you had to like read the paragraph and then answer the questions about them? You know, like it was testing like your reading
Okay.
comprehension. That's
Okay.
kind of what it is. It's like a reading comprehension type of puzzle.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
that description's doing the puzzle any favors. You're like, do you remember standardized testing? Because it feels like that. But yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I like those when I was a kid. I like taking tests. That
I'm
was fun.
like, I'm
I
like, you
love
like them so
testing.
much. If I send some to you, are you gonna do them?
I'll grade them for you. I don't know if I'll do a good job, but
Okay. I mean,
but no,
you
I like this. I like this puzzle too, even though there's some stuff that was like a little unclear because you're basically like using the description in the writing to match it up to the portrait. So you're
right.
looking at like,
Context
what does
clues.
their hair look like? Are they old? Are they young? What other items do they have with them? So it's fun. I like it.
Yeah. And I also think this is a place where the game gives us actually relevant and valuable insights into the characters. By virtue of the family. You know, the
Yeah.
Ashfords were a dynasty that sounds like they kind of fucked up and lost power. I think this is where when I had texted you when we were playing, I think I made the comparison of the Ashfords to the
I
Kardashians.
want to know more about this because I don't know what you mean specifically.
Well, they just seem like I guess I'm like, does this hold? Like, I don't know that much about the Kardashians, so maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but
I feel like they're at their
like
highest powers, or at least they were maybe like 10 years ago.
maybe, right? Like I feel
Mhm.
like Robert Kardashian was not I was he viewed as a fuck up? I don't think so.
I don't, was he was the lawyer?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whose dad was. I don't really know much about them, if I'm being
No, I mean
honest.
that was Kim and Chloe and Courtney's dad.
Yeah, but who was his dad?
Well, I don't know. So I guess I guess this is kind of incomplete. It's really just to make the joke that Alexander defended OJ.
Sorry. You go ahead and make your joke. I'll do some Kardashian research in the side.
No, I mean I think you
No,
cut
I
out.
like it. I like it.
Thanks. Yeah, the joke being, yeah, Alexander defended OJ is really why this whole comparison exists. Also, the fact that I think like right, like the Kardashians I read are like notorious for being bad spellers, and
Oh,
so
are they?
um that's so this has a backstory. I think I sent you some weird video of Timothy Chalamet. Like I think he was probably on drugs, but he was like sort of dancing and moshing, and then in the
Okay.
background, it was just like phrases that were like, "Congratulations, Timothy, we're so proud of you," but a bunch of stuff was spelled wrong. So people were like, "The Kardashians are notoriously bad spellers, so they probably put this together." And so I sent this to
Oh,
you, but
interesting.
then unfortunately it was around the time that like Gwendolyn was really sick. So you're like, I'm kind of at the vet right now, so I can't engage with this.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't remember that at all,
Yeah.
but that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was when my dog
Um,
was dying.
right.
Uh,
So I guess this is all to say that I'm like, Alfred is a bad shot and is incompetent, and then I'm like, equals Kardashians?
okay. I didn't know much about him, so I knew they were Armenian.
Yeah.
I will say Robert Kardashian's father does not have his own Wikipedia page.
So he was a piece of shit.
So
No,
I'm
just
just saying he
kidding.
wasn't he wasn't like a famous businessman or anything is what I'm getting at.
I like that you selected businessman
Yeah.
as
But so this is interesting. So once in the United States, Arthur's father, so that's Robert Kardashian's grandfather, uh Tate Tatos, I might be saying that wrong. Changed his name to Thomas. So that's
hmm,
very common for immigrants to like take
right.
on like Americanized name and began a career in garbage collection.
Hmm.
So again, not to stereotype, but garbage collection is a very like mafia coded type of thing.
I mean, but
It
is
is
there,
though.
well, I
Because
mean,
you're getting like government contracts, you're like it's like an enforced monopoly a lot of times.
yeah, but like there's
Yeah.
nothing that suggests that Robert Kardashian's grandfather worked for the mafia.
I mean, maybe they were. Were the Kardashians like? I'm just gonna Google was because I think he's dead. Was Robert Kardashian in the mafia? And it'll be like around that time too. It would be like the 30s and 40s. Because again, I'm not saying anything bad. It's just like there is, there's a sense that like if you were an immigrant and you were like shut out of mainstream business, like a lot of times that's where those like mafia connections came from. Like it's the same with like
Sure,
the you know.
sure.
AI says well, Wikipedia says there is no credible evidence to suggest Robert Kardashian was involved in the mafia,
Interesting.
but I still think so,
I
just based
like
on
I like your you're triangulating
history
this.
garbage.
You're like, I watched The Sopranos
I watched The
and
Sopranos, and that's what Tony Soprano did.
right.
Therefore,
And
anyone
he
involved in garbage collection.
he was alive at a time where the mafia was a thing more.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Highly circumstantial, but
It's very circumstantial. I've also been to a podcast recently that's it's like very about that kind of stuff, where it's like looking at early 20th century figures that were like a little shady and like trying to
hmm,
tie them to like either the mafia or the CIA.
okay.
I've been listening like this a lot, so that's just like in my brain. So maybe that's just my own thing
Interesting.
going where
Isn't
I'm like,
that isn't that premise kind of flawed though? You're like, here's an endpoint and I'm trying to
yeah,
connect something.
I'm working backwards from they
Right.
were a CIA agent, but
From the thing that I think it is.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not
Eh.
like I'm just listening to a
No,
podcast.
I know. I know.
I'm not harassing Khloe Kardashian. Yeah, it's a history professor that does it. Gives it a little credence, not just a total crank.
Yeah, I feel like
You're thinking the history professors, you're like, that guy sucks.
yeah, I'm like
Fuck
kind of
him.
like I'm like for me, like my time in academia has warped that so much that I'm like actually less. I'm just like, I think you're
You're less
probably full of
impressed.
shit. Yeah, I'm just like, it's like
If I
you
was like, if
probably, yeah, like don't respond to emails and you're probably a
yeah,
shitty teacher and your
yeah.
research sucks.
If it was like, it's a guy that lives in a van,
I'm
you'd be
like,
like, I
yeah,
believe him.
yeah.
But
That would
anyway,
be funny if I mean not really, but it would be funny if we got sued by the Kardashians for suggesting that they were
for
the
suggesting
mafia.
that their great grandfather was in the mafia, the
Yeah.
Armenian mafia.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably an Armenian. There's a mafia for every like ethnicity, right? Or at
Probably
least every like
like organized crime. Yeah.
non-WASP ethnicity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google Armenian mafia. This might be the most off topic we've ever gone.
Maybe, yeah. But I
There's a Wikipedia page for Armenian mafia.
I feel
Do they
like I
mention the
would
Kardashians?
if we did get sued by the Kardashians, my first question would be, but did they listen to it? Because
Did you,
that would be
did
kind
you
of what
download it? That would be a good way to juice the numbers. We could get sued and then a bunch of
happened.
bunch of journalists would have to listen to it
Yeah,
during war night.
they're like, this is the episode that did it. They talked about the Armenian mafia for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. So this is our new strategy. We're pivoting. We're no longer a Resident Evil podcast. We're now a slander podcast. We're gonna move to the UK and slander people
Yeah.
and then get
Yeah.
sued and then people will listen. So yeah. But anyway, I don't remember how we got here. But let's go
Oh, well, it
back.
was the puzzle. And I
Oh
was
yeah, the
like, yeah.
puzzle. The puzzle about the Ashfords. Yeah.
Yes.
We're
Um,
they're waspy. They're English.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Is that what WASP means? I think
yes.
so. So they're
Yeah.
Anglo-Saxon. They're white. I presume they're Protestant just by being English. I don't think they're Catholic. There's nothing to
I
suggest
mean,
that.
I mean, they seem pretty godless to me.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably like agnostic leaning atheist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if they practice. There's
Yeah.
no chapel in this game like there is in Resident Evil 3. So
That's true. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. What else do we have here? In the palace.
One funny
Um,
thing is it talks about there's like an earthenware vase, like it says in the memo, that's
yeah.
like their family heirloom.
Yeah.
And then around you find it's just like a shitty little vase. Like it's not anything. I was like, all right. Kind of
Yeah,
weird.
I did like your note in our shared doc that you were like not that impressive.
Not that impressive. I was not compared to everything else, like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, but
Let's see.
yeah.
So there are a couple other areas here. You use the Lugers to get into an office, which has a very kind of stormy night atmosphere, which is cool.
Yeah. This was cool. Yeah. Yeah. So once you get the Lugers back from Steve, you use them in the save room to get to like a private office that was
Right.
presumably used by Alexander slash Alfred Ashford.
Right. Right.
And
And so
yeah,
there's
it's great. There's like a view of like you next to a huge window with like lightning strikes outside and rain hitting glass and like it looks very like atmospheric.
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
I think impressive. What is not impressive is we do get another instance in which an enemy jumps through a window. This time it's a Bandersnatch, which we have not talked about the Bandersnatches as
We have not
enemies
because I
yet.
think you meet them in the military training facility. But that's the like new that's like this game's hunter slash licker.
Yeah,
And we're on a real drought with introducing good new enemies.
we really
But I
are.
don't think three had any. Three had like the what was it like the Deimos or something? Three had
I
something that
don't
we
even
like. I don't think we even talked about because it was so lame. There was like a like weird bug enemy
yeah, and
that
it
was
was
in like
kind
a
of
couple of
up.
the alleys.
It was upright and it would like waddle toward you and grab you.
Yeah, and that sucked. And the Bandersnatch is like worse than that. So they have one little arm and one big stretchy arm, and they kind of look like Redeads from Legend of Zelda, but like a bigger version of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like them. I don't like fighting them, and I don't think they're interesting. Did
No,
you? I don't know.
no,
Maybe I'm
they're
being
very
mean, but
they look like Gumby, kind of.
yeah, they're stretchy
And
like Gumby.
yeah, and they
Yeah.
also are ugly as hell. They like, and I think it's because of the graphics, but like their faces look like they're just like smashed in like flat pixel ugliness.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like the design. And then Bandersnatch. If you Google Bandersnatch, all that comes up is the Black Mirror episode. But that's like a Lewis Carroll thing, right? Isn't
It
that
is,
what?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the Jabberwocky or whatever. It's like a poem,
Yeah.
like a nonsense poem by him.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, appears it's from Through the Looking Glass, which is
okay.
the Alice in Wonderland
Did you
thing.
say
So
the new Alice in Wonderland?
no, Through the Looking Glass,
Oh,
the Alice in Wonderland.
I was like, 'cause that's not new. I was like, that's pretty
No,
old.
it's pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read Through the Looking Glass. I was on like a kind of a kick for a while where it's like I'm gonna read all these like 1800s things and it's fine. I don't know.
Um, I don't like fighting the Bandersnatch because it just Gumby arms you before you can like get a shot off. So it just like hits you repeatedly.
Yeah.
And that's very cheap.
I tried to run from them a few times. I will say, just fight them. Like if you're gonna listen to this podcast and be like, I'm gonna play this game, just like always just kill the
Yeah.
Bandersnatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially the once you get the exploding bolts from the bolt gun,
Yeah.
like two of those will take them out. And they're very hard to avoid because again, they can stretch across the room and hit you. So yeah.
Yeah. Very annoying. Not a
There were
great
some of the
idea.
few times I reloaded a few times this game where I was like, that just didn't go well. I'm just gonna redo this, and it was usually Bandersnatch related. So
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
I will say that it's, I think, telling that we don't see the Bandersnatch again in a mainline entry, right?
No, we don't. Yeah. Yeah, it's never and no one clamors for them.
No,
Yeah. So
no. So,
mm,
wah, wah.
yeah.
Um, Also, wah, wah, is the casino, which we alluded to. Very sad. Um, One working slot machine, a
Yeah.
roulette table, a
And a
card
card
table.
table. Yeah, not much atmosphere.
We do get the hunk report in the palace as well while we're
Yeah.
exploring.
So
And I
Hunk
feel like
has made his third consecutive appearance in the Resident Evil game. Or third, not appearance, but like a
mention of,
reference at least appears for him.
yeah, which is weird because I feel like I always thought the hunk glazing, which is a terrible, that's no,
Particularly saying hunk glazing sounds really bad.
yeah, that
Like
doesn't
it
sound
sounds worth it. It sounds worse than if you said like it's Chris glazing. Like,
right. Hunk
yeah,
glazing.
hunk
Oh,
glazing.
we'll see if we want to leave that in. But the
Title of the episode.
hunk but I guess I thought that the kind of fervor for Hunk was like with the remake and like over time. I didn't realize it was like when these games were coming out. Like he was popular enough that they shoehorned him in.
Yeah. He's I need to do more battle game before I wrap up, but he's probably in the battle game, right? Is
I don't
he?
think so.
Oh,
No,
maybe not.
no,
Okay. He might be at
it's
Mark
Claire,
Bennett
Chris, Wesker, and Steve.
and Steve. Oh, yeah. Um, it's weird to think about Hunk like sending an email, you know?
Right, right. Is he in his
He's like doing the
tactical
memo
gear?
here, so it's kind of like, yeah. He's like, oh, hell on. He's like writing a passive aggressive memo.
Yeah, it's like
Because it is like, yeah, he's kind of saying like, why did you make me do this? Like, I usually don't do like escort mission type of stuff.
right. And I do
He's
think
like
that
asking
this,
like, what is in it?
yeah, this does provide some important context for later. He says he transported a BOW to the base and that it was frozen. So that comes in
Okay.
later.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess there is no pumpkin battle mode, but it was like a rumor apparently.
Hmm.
Back when that was a thing. Back when there's like rumors about video games,
Yeah.
like yeah, like the famous like Street Fighter, like unlocking Shenlong type of thing, or
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it
I
was a lot in fighting games. Where like, oh, you can unlock this character or that character. So I guess there's a rumor about unlocking Hunk, but
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah, that
actually
is
do.
a very Capcom thing, right? Like
Oh yeah, because Street Fighter's Capcom, so
yeah. So
yeah,
you get that sometimes in Mortal Kombat. Like I like kind of reading the subreddit before a game comes out because then people have all these like totally wacko theories about like, oh, there is one more hidden character because like why wouldn't they? Or like they have to do it. And it's like, why
yeah,
would they do that? Like, and so everybody just works themselves into a frenzy for all the reasons why it would be obscured. And this is even in the era of like data mining. So people just mine the game and they're like, there's nothing there. And they're like,
yeah,
no, but
like
there
you
has to
can,
be. It'll
yeah,
be patched in. And it's like, what? Like, come on. Like, of course not.
yeah, yeah. It's like definitively answer that's not. People still like insist upon it. It's very weird. So
Yeah, it's strange.
yeah, but
Um,
there's like a psychological aspect to that we don't have time to get into, but it's just kind of interesting that yeah, you can like give people definitive proof and they just dig their heels in more in some
right,
cases. So
right.
yeah,
And it's, I think, particularly a thing with video games.
probably. And me with me with parapolitical power podcast because I was like, the Kardashians are in the mafia. I don't care. There's no evidence. So we're all susceptible to it, is what I'm saying.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. You know who's not susceptible to it though?
Yeah. Do we want to get Wesker going here? But Wesker is,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
let's get him going.
we go to the prison, then we come back to the palace, and that's when we're under Wesker, right? With Claire.
Yeah,
Yes. So wait, Wesker gets introduced officially in the game, even though we knew he was coming.
right, because of his
Yeah.
weird kind of gap slash bucktooth appearance on the
Yeah.
home screen.
Just a weird render. But yeah, Wesker's Claire comes back after doing some other stuff, and Wesker's there, and he reveals that he is behind the attack. So now we have, for the I think the first time, like multiple bad guy type of like it's getting more complicated. Like now we have a somebody fighting the umbrella, but they're not on our side. They're against us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's probably right. I think you can make an argument that in Nemesis, the mercenaries in Nemesis are maybe a version of that, but it's just not a very compelling version.
Yeah. I mean, they're all like being sent by Umbrella, but even though they're working at cross purposes, this is like Wesker's like fully outside of Umbrella now.
Yes.
Yeah, like he's working with another group that's trying to kind of like usurp Umbrella's position as the BOW kind of military contractor company.
Right. And I guess it's a little unclear to me. I don't think he makes it crystal clear like why he attacked the island. Did he want the T virus to get out?
I think he's looking for T Veronica and doesn't know that's in Antarctica.
Right. But I guess I
But you
don't
feel like
under
he would know that, so it's kind of
right.
weird.
And I
Yeah.
don't understand why he would bomb the island because it's like if you're looking to get something, wouldn't you risk destroying it?
Yeah, it seems like it'd be better to kind of go in like covertly, like Chris does.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, it's probably like working backwards from like we need there to be a zombie outbreak on that
Sure.
island, what happened, and then Wesker. So not the most satisfying answer, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm happy to see Wesker back because he is a fun character and he beats the fuck out of Claire, which is
Yeah,
like kind
it's
of tough to watch. He's really like kicking her in the ribs, like choking her, and yeah, he really like yeah. He
yeah.
has no problem with being a 20-year-old woman.
Right. And his dialogue is I think it's leaning into cheesiness but in a fun way.
Yeah, I would agree with that,
You
which
know,
is Wesker on the whole
he's
so
in
far.
his supervillain mode right now.
Yeah,
Right. Some of his lines, you must be the lovely Claire Redfield. I'm a ghost who's come back.
yeah. Is this where he says like little fishy wiggle on my hook? Or is
Excuse
that
me?
later on? He has a line that's like he's talking about Chris. He says like little fishy come wiggle on my hook, which is also very suggestive.
I, for some reason, have no recollection of that. I
Oh,
believe you, but I don't think this is where this happens.
this will shock you, but I wrote that down. I was like, hey, that might be more when we get. Oh, I think that's with Chris. Yeah, when he sees Chris come to the island,
Little
which is
fishy
also
come.
weird because like how long is he on the island for? Because he
What?
meets Claire on the island, and then Claire leaves and goes to Antarctica, but then Chris comes later. I guess we don't. So I guess that is that Chris was there the same day that Claire was there. Like Chris only missed her by like a few hours.
Wait, really? Is that
You know what I'm talking about? Because we see Wesker on Rockford
right?
with Claire, right?
Right. Yeah.
And we also see him on Rockford with Chris.
Yes.
So that must be the same day because he wouldn't just like hang out at Rockford for like a whole, like he's there all day to the next night. So it must be the same night that Claire and Chris are on Rockford. Like he just missed her.
I think that's plausible. That makes sense. It's really tough
Yeah.
because this game does not handle the passage of time in any way.
No, it does not. And it's always night. So,
Right.
but,
Um, so yeah, this
and
is
as we established, it's summer. So night's not very long here.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
You don't
call.
like that one. You're like,
Well, no, I liked
you're
it.
like the smallest eye roll I've ever seen. You're like, okay. All right. We don't need to be looking up how long the day was.
No, I like it. I like it. This is just a taste of the Antarctica research we're going to get into in this game review.
Okay, so it's even worse than I said. The actual quote that he says to Chris, Albert Wesker, he says, "Oh, little fishy, come see my hook." That's that's worse. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
They knew what they were doing. They knew what
yeah,
they were doing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I do think that
Yeah.
there's definitely it's hard not to read kind of psychosexual tension into their relationship.
Yes, yeah, there is. But anyway, at this point, he just beats the fuck out of Claire and then runs away. And he takes his glasses off. You see his red eyes to signify that he's monsterized at this point.
Right. And
Yep.
he Matrix jumps away.
Yeah, he like jumps like 30 feet in the air and does like the whoosh
Right.
type of
Right.
sound effect. So
So yeah. So this is, I think to me, Wesker, we might have said this in our last episode, but Wesker kind of saves this game to me from being just a totally dour affair.
I agree. I'm so happy Wesker's here.
Yeah,
Like he lends some like action movie vibe, some funness where it's not just all the oppressive. And like we talked about, it's nighttime. You're in like this bleak like prison camp. There's torture chambers. It's like raining the whole time. It's, if it was rendered now, it would be just mud everywhere. It's not a
yeah.
not a pleasant area at all.
No,
Yeah.
no. And it say
And
like
it's relentless. There's no like even relief from it, really. Even in the palace, there's not.
even though I think we just kind of shit on the palace, I do think it's probably the best area in the game.
We'll get into it and wrap up for me. I think an issue I have with this game is nothing stands out that much. Like I'm kind of at the end of it, I'm like every area was had its ups and downs. Every area was okay. But there's not that one iconic area in the way that there was
I
for
agree.
RE1 and RE2. My favorite
And
was probably their crazy mansion, the private residence was probably my favorite.
oh, okay.
Just
Yeah, that's
atmosphere
fair.
wise, but
That's
but I can
fair.
see the palace being, yeah, kind of that. It's got that classic Resident Evil type of vibes to it. So
It does. It does. The military training facility, which we'll refer to as MTF, is, well, actually, maybe we shouldn't refer to it as MTF because that sounds
I
like,
just started saying MTF. It does kind of, I guess it does sound like male to female.
right. Yeah.
Is
I
that
was
what you're
like,
thinking of? Yeah.
yeah. And I was like,
Which
then,
with the themes of this game is maybe be confusing for
yeah.
this
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
But it's weird. It's to me, the way I described it, it's like the Resident Evil 2 police station, but like new metal.
It reminded me of like the guardhouse in RE1.
Oh, okay. So that's a
Yeah, like
totally
it's
different vibe.
like the workers' quarters. Like we've been in the prison and now here's how like where the workers live. So it's also not great, but like
Yeah.
yeah, it's a little more or not ornate, but it's a little more like a dormitory type of feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Before
Yeah,
we,
it's between the prison and the palace is where it kind of lives
yeah,
geographically in Rockford. So
yeah. We do encounter an optional boss, the Gulp Worm.
yes. So this is like the big worm. It's like the Dune Tremors style worm with the giant mouth and the spikes, just
Right,
like we had in RE3.
right. But not that big, not as big as like the worm from Dune.
No, it's not as big as the worm from Dune, and you don't ride it.
Right.
Yeah, you're not.
Right.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet doesn't
Right.
ride around on it. So
As a side note, I remember when this is you texted me, speaking of Timothy Chalamet, you watched you watched A Complete Unknown and you were like not sure about Tim C. And I casually referred to Timothy Chalamet as Tim C with Nikki, and she thought that was like the funniest thing ever.
oh, really?
She was like Tim C. And I was like Timothy Chalamet, and she's like, why? And I'm like,
Yeah. Well, especially because he spells Timothy like not the traditional way.
right,
So I feel like if you call him Tim, you'd be like, no, it's Timothy. And
right,
when you say it out loud, you have to think about it spelled with two E's and an accent mark.
right.
Yeah.
Shit, I just Googled it was fresh on my mind. I Googled Tim C And it just and it
It
came
was
up
like
with
question mark.
it came up with Tim Cook, and I was like, what the
Tim
hell?
Cook. All
Yeah.
right.
But
I
I
mean,
was
that makes
like,
sense. He's a Tim C. Yeah.
yeah.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Well, he's not dead.
Oh, well, I'm thinking Steve Jobs. Tim Cook is the current guy.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
always getting people mixed up. I've noticed that by myself on this podcast. I'm always like, oh,
And
is it the son of the gulp worm from Resident Evil 3? Or is
that's
it a new
funny
thing?
because we made that joke about the boulder. So
Oh yeah, and I think we made it in the first one too, because we talked about the gulp worm and if it was the same one or if they made more.
well, we're consistent.
Mhm.
But you killed the goldworm.
That's one way to put it.
We
We
just
make the
repeat the
same
same
jokes over
jokes.
and over again. It's consistency. I killed him because I had those M100 guns.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about those, but you get a few of these where I don't like these weapons. You get weapons where you don't get ammo for them, and it's like a percent based weapon.
Mhm.
And once the percent gets to zero, they're done.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to use them, but I don't like using them. Do you
No,
know what
I
I
don't like
mean?
that mechanic either.
I don't like the mechanic. I would like it more if once they were used up, you just automatically discarded them, which I don't think happens. I think you just walk around with
No.
them being
But
0% in your inventory. So you have to make another trip back and drop them off, and I don't like it.
right, which then makes me think that I'm going to get more ammo for it because it's not
Yeah.
discarding it, but then we never do get more ammo
You
for
never do. And this was another development thing. I think there was ammo for it originally, and then they dropped it.
it.
I remember seeing that in like a YouTube video.
Oh, interesting.
But anyway, that was my motivation for fighting the gulp worms. Like I have these dumb things I'm not gonna carry them around because they also take up two item spaces.
Yeah.
You do have 10 in this game. You start off with 8, you very quickly get 10 item spaces, but with all the backtracking and the crafts of this, you definitely need all 10 at
Yeah.
many points. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I figured I have this gun and I'll just kill the gulp worm.
Yeah.
So he's
Makes
not
sense.
annoying. So that's what I did. He's kind of like a hub area, like there's lots of doors here. So was it a pain in the ass to run by
No,
them the whole time, or was
no,
it pretty
not at
easy?
all.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It
So maybe
was
I
just,
wasted
I
my
was
time.
never really in danger, unless I
Oh,
stopped, which I didn't.
yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do anything here. It's just like a big empty space. So
Yeah.
it seems like the entirety of like the training part too. Like where else would you train here? It's just this one like dirt yard that's the size of like two tennis courts. And then
Yeah. Yeah. It's
and then like,
sad.
yeah, like some bunks and an office. But hell of a facility you got there, Alfred.
Yeah. Seriously. Um, so we enter this military training facility, and it feels kind of to me like almost like a little bit like of an office, but a little bit kind of
Like an
residential.
admin building.
Yeah, there's a
Mhm.
locker room, a sauna, um, that we encounter, and I appreciate your note that, the zombies in the water/sauna are more decomposed, which I think is a nice touch as well.
Yeah, they're the same type of zombies as crawled out of the ground. They're like have no clothes, their clothes are rotted off, and they're like blue skinned. And they take less damage. Like you can kill them in four
Right.
shots/knife strikes. So these are more zombies I killed just with a knife to save ammo,
Okay. Yeah.
which I probably didn't need to do considering how much ammo I had at the end of the
Right.
game. But
Right.
yeah, it felt good to do at the time. I felt like I was being conservative,
Yeah. Yeah.
but small c conservative.
You're like, I was trying to
Yeah.
get tax breaks for the rich.
I believe in the job creating power of small business.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like
Alfred did
umbrella.
not.
No, he was not. Yeah, he was a corporate
Yeah.
cronyism type of guy.
Yeah.
So yep.
Um, One of the reasons that this area reminds me of the police station in Resident Evil 2 is that there's shutters that drop.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
And
there's like
so, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Um,
like a fire prevention thing in real life, right? I guess
right.
here it's probably more of a BOW security, but
Right. Right. Um, So yeah, so that's a mechanic that you have to navigate by getting different key cards that unlock different doors.
mhm.
We do encounter an unseen creature in a science lab type facility. There's a pretty graphic cutscene with an unseen creature smashing a scientist's head against the glass, which we can't get him out because there's a key code we don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like outside, but you can see in through like the bulletproof glass, right?
Correct.
Is that this one?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
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 We encounter Alfred again, who tries to shoot Claire. You have to dodge
Again, he
his
couldn't do it.
gunshots again.
Yeah. He has like an
Uh,
old-timey like bolt action rifle, but it's
right.
not a good shot.
Right. And this is again like characterization that's just very I don't know, rote, I guess, right? He says, "Please try and keep me amused and do not disappoint me by dying too soon. I so want to enjoy this," which he thinks she's behind the attack, so now he wants to toy with her, I guess.
Yeah, and yeah, the idea is he's like watching you. Yeah, like he's like directing you. This is where you first meet the Bandersnatches. So
Right.
he's like directing you, watching the security cameras, unlocking doors, locking the shutters, this, that, to like steer you towards them so he can watch you die. But yes, he's no Charles Whitman with his bolt action rifle.
Who's that?
I had to look up to make that reference. He's the guy he shot a lot of people in the clock tower. It was like one of the first mass shootings.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
talking about?
Okay.
Not Resident Evil.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
confusing because there's a clock tower in Resident
yeah,
Evil.
yeah, yeah.
But
So
in real life,
at
he
first I
like shot
thought
everybody
I was
in like
like,
the
wait,
60s.
there's a mass. Yeah, no, no, no. This was at in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, in Texas, yeah. Which that's it's in Full Metal Jacket. They talk about that
okay.
when the drill sergeant guy is like talking about how good Marines are. Is like, anyway, this Marine killed a bunch of people because he was such a good shot. So
Yeah, it's like,
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah. So
Um,
I don't know.
yeah,
I just want to make that reference that Alfred is not. He was not in the Marines. He's not a good shot.
no, no,
Yeah,
he
he'd be
is
the
not
worst mass shooter of all time.
Alfred.
Yeah, he wouldn't hit anybody.
Yeah, I was like, by worst, do you mean like successful, quote unquote, or do you mean unsuccessful?
Unsuccessful. He'd be
Right.
the least successful mass shooter of
Yeah,
all time, I should
yeah,
say. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So it's like that. There's some conservative blogger that referred to Jeffrey Epstein as like the greatest pedophile of all time.
My God, Jesus.
That's like what I just did with Alfred being the worst
Yeah,
mass
you're
shooter of
like
all
the
time.
worst is in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
So we talked about we're being brought in. So we meet the Bandersnatches. Um, they're not super hard to kill. You have to kill one, and then Steve comes in. Am I right about this?
that's right. Yeah, he
Yeah.
jumps through the glass, and this is like total bullet
This
time.
is very Matrixy.
Right. I mean, the camera pans around him and it's slow. So if you ever wanted to watch a Matrix style cutscene with a whiny 17-year-old, you're in luck.
Yeah. And the way he does it is so funny. Like he jumps through like clearly like running jump, and then he like flips 180 degrees in midair and is like shooting as he's doing it. And
Right.
he's like 12 feet in the air. And then does he kind of land on his feet? It's
I think so.
Yeah, I guess he must. He doesn't just like plop down. So yeah, again, it's very like stylistic, and it's kind of what we talked about with Steve before, where it's like it's trying to get across like this guy, he's so immature. He's just concerned with looking cool with his guns. But it's also like how does he like I've been 17 before, and I was a particularly athletic 17-year-old, but like I couldn't do this when I was
No,
17.
no, like
No. And I feel like most 17-year-olds couldn't.
probably not. No, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
So
But
it's trying to get over that he's like a normal kid, a normal dumb kid, but then also like how can he do this stuff? So
right,
yeah, just
right,
it's why we don't like Steve. One of
right,
the reasons why we don't like Steve, besides all the sexual harassment.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I do think that this is kind of a funny section where you dupe Steve into trading guns.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you fool him.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And we get to play as Steve.
Yeah, you get to play as Steve. So yeah, you give him the empty guns, but then you say like, oh hey, well there actually is ammo, because you could see ammo when you're upstairs playing the Bandersnatch. You can see ammo on crate.
Right.
This is not very gentlemanly. He makes Claire get down on her hands and knees and like uses her as a stepping stool to get up there.
And then he says you're
Wait, no,
heavier than
I'm
you
I'm
look.
drunk. I did that backwards because he does get down. He gets down on his hands and knees because that's where the line
Oh,
comes
right,
in.
right, right. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
sorry. So
And then
yeah,
he says you're heavier than you look, which is
yeah.
a rude thing to say.
It's a weird thing to say. Yeah, it's meant to be kind of like again, kind of like I don't think it's meant to be mean-spirited. I think it's more he's young and doesn't think about that he's basically calling her fat.
Right. Yeah.
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 But if you're Claire, I'd be like, well, muscle weighs more than fat, actually. So you're saying I'm in shape if you're saying I'm heavier than I look. So
Did you just come up with a comeback as if you were Claire talking to
as if I was
Steve?
Claire, that's what I would say. That would be my clap back at him.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
But it
That's
is a rude thing to say. You shouldn't comment on a woman's weight.
no, or
Yeah.
really anyone's.
Yeah, or a man's weight. Or a non-binary person's weight. So yeah.
Yeah. Oop.
Yeah. The
Um,
only weight you should really comment on, if they're a baby, should you comment on their weight? Because when people have babies, they talk about how much they weigh.
yeah, it's kind of a weird thing, huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
the people sort of like, oh, I had a baby and here's his stats. They're this long and they weigh this much. That's kind of like, all right, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I do think it's an indicator. It can be an indicator for health, but
Yeah, like I guess if it's like premature, that's kind of like they're smaller than that, but
yeah.
yeah, I guess that's maybe why they do it. But it feels weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it
Um,
doesn't relate that much to how big you end up, I don't think. Maybe it does.
I don't think so. I could
Yeah.
be wrong about that, but
Do you
no,
know how big you were when you were born?
I don't. I
Okay,
don't.
just wondering.
But that reminds me, I was tutoring a
You
kid
should ask
once.
your mom.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Report back.
I was tutoring a kid once and I was like, and he was maybe like 8 or 9. And I was like,
Okay.
what's that?
8 or 9 pounds or 8 or 9 years old. Sorry.
Years old. Yeah. Yeah. A little too young for tutoring if
Yeah.
they're less than 10
He is
pounds.
a newborn. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, why can't you spell this?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I gave him a writing prompt and it was if you could travel back in time to any point in time, what would it be? And I was like, oh, this will open up some interesting things. And his answer was he would travel back in time to see himself get born as a baby. And I was like, that's really bizarre. That's really weird.
That's this triggered a memory for me because we had like a weird like in jobs sometimes people will be like, we're gonna have a meeting, so let's do like an icebreaker or whatever like that.
Sure.
So we had one of those where they sent to us like ahead of time. It was like a
Yeah.
weird like get to know you type of thing. And that was one of the questions was like if I can go back in time and witness something, what would I witness? And like no one knew what to say. Like I remember my team and
Oh
I
yeah.
talking about it, I had the meeting and be like, was it I don't want to answer this question at work. Like I
Yeah,
don't know what to say.
it's kind of both detailed and complicated and also like it makes you think too much.
Yeah, especially it's one of those it's a bad icebreaker because it's something that like you and I would talk about like a bar because we know each other and we
Yeah.
could have like a fun conversation about it. But like I don't want to tell strangers what that is because I haven't thought that much about it.
Right,
Maybe they'll judge
right.
me for it. So
And then people are probably worried about being judged, so then they're like,
yeah, yeah. It's
um,
like how we were talking about this. How like what's your favorite movie? I don't think it's a good icebreaker at all. I think that's a horrible icebreaker.
yeah, it is. It's a
Yeah,
bad one. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess that's a good one. Sorry, you were saying
What's a good
sorry.
icebreaker?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I think that maybe my students don't like this. I say sometimes like, what's something that you're into right now? What's something you're
Yeah.
enjoying? And it's anything, like
That's
anything.
good. Yeah.
It's just like,
I like the right now because it takes pressure off.
yeah, it's like it's not a
Yeah.
favorite. It's just like, what's something you
Yeah.
enjoy doing or thinking about or engaging with?
Yeah. That's a really good one. Yeah.
It's just like it's designed to be light. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. One more quick side note, like, I mean, I'm always just um complaining about like my colleagues in my workplace, but they're starting kind of like a pedagogy thing where people can like share out like small things they're doing in their class, 5 to 10
Sure.
minutes. No problem with that. But like somebody like was like they chose to do it and they were just like, let's talk about icebreakers. What kind of icebreakers do you do? And I'm like, I'm sorry, you have a fucking PhD. Why are we talking about icebreakers right now? I'm like, this is not
That's funny.
innovative. It was just like, are you serious? Like, and they were
Yeah.
bad icebreaker questions. They were the types of things we just talked about as being bad.
Being bad, like too much pressure, too much like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It was like, what's your favorite book of all time? And
Oh, awful.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Yeah.
you teach college students for a living. Like, my God, how are you so bad at this?
Yeah. That's really bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember like return to work coming back from COVID, working like an office job. Oh my God, I had to do so many fucking icebreakers because they're like
Yeah.
we had to do them on Zoom, and then we came back to the office, we had to do them again, then we had to do it. It's like, oh my God, can we stop? Like, I never
Yeah.
want to do this
Yeah.
again. I never
Yeah.
want to say an interesting fact about myself. I never want to say what my favorite movie is. I never want to say fucking what event I'd want to witness. And by the way, a lot of people did like jokingly say when I was born, LOL. Like they meant as a joke, but
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
can't. This is a
Yeah.
dumb question. I can't think of
Somebody's
anything
like,
else. So
they're like the crucifixion. It's like, oh.
I think I put like and this was even like I overthought this. I couldn't think of anything, so I was like, how the pyramids were built. And I was like,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah.
fuck, should I said that? Now people are gonna think I'm into like ancient aliens and shit. And
Oh,
God.
I don't think so. I don't think
Yeah,
people were
I was
like,
like worried, like, oh, people are gonna think I'm a racist now because I said how the pyramids were made. So I was gonna call me out and be like, what, do you think the Egyptians couldn't make the pyramids? And I was like, no, I didn't think what to say.
you should have been like, the assassination of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
They'd be
although we
like,
kind of that's problematic too, because then I really would think people would think I was racist
oh
because like
yeah, yeah.
well, because we know what happened. Was that your joke? Did I misread your, or were you just
No, no,
saying
no,
that?
no, no, no.
Okay. Because then we know what happened, and people just think like, oh, he just wanted to see Abraham Lincoln get shot. He just he just hates Abraham Lincoln. But that's not what we're talking about. There's no good answer to the question.
No, no, it's
Yeah.
like
Not like from an icebreaker standpoint. So
right, yeah, it's like am I thinking like historical significance? Am I thinking what's personally interesting to me? Am I just gonna give a
yeah.
throwaway answer?
I guess a safe one would be like seeing my parents meet for the first time or something. But even that's weird because like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that's
I could just
weird.
ask them too.
Yeah, you're like witnessing my own conception.
Do you know how
Yeah.
your parents met? Did we talk about this? Not like intimately, but like
No, no, no.
maybe like in college or.
Yeah, my mom was my dad's boss.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
did not know that.
yeah, at hospital pharmacy.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
hmm,
Is your mom older than your dad or?
yeah, by seven
Okay.
years.
Oh, I didn't know that either. Or if I
Yeah,
did, I forgot about it. So,
yeah. So she's
yeah.
she's 72 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, getting
Yeah.
up
My
there.
mom's turned 73 this year. So
Yeah,
our moms are
yeah.
about the same age.
Where did
So
your parents meet?
I got along. My dad was hitchhiking. My mom picked him up,
Oh wow,
which is an
wow,
insane thing to do,
wow.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I
yeah.
kind of joke about that. I think I had a party when I turned, I think 30 maybe. I don't know, one of my birthday parties I had, I like told that story in the invite. I was like, 30 years ago, my mom ignored the often held wisdom that every hitchhiker is either a serial killer or the ghost of a beautiful woman that died in this very night 20 years ago and picked up some weird guy that's hitchhiking.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got way off
So
track.
we play as Steve. We basically have unlimited ammo at this point. You have to clear a path for Claire, and he has dual submachine guns. And the dual wield animation is bad. It is hit arms out 45 degrees
Yeah.
angles and just shooting, and you have to rotate him to like hit zombies.
Yeah, it doesn't really work in this system. Like they're kind of doing it in a way that like that would look cool. Like that's how you do it if you're like in an action movie, you'd hold about just like,
Right.
but yeah, it doesn't work in this system because like you said, you have to yeah, awkwardly rotate and shoot into nothing. But yeah, you basically have it's another like percentage based gun, but you can kill every zombie and still have a lot left over. So
Right. And
yeah.
once he clears out the room, he returns to Claire and says, "See, this thing is a lot more reliable than any person," and then poses with his submachine guns.
Yeah, that's more
That's
like
it's like
that's
also troubling, right? It's just like
yeah.
it's like this person would, not that I'm like trying to get into like true crime territory, but I'm like this person profiles as like a mass shooter.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. That would be a troubling thing. Like if you're a school counselor, you'd be like, we need to bring your parents in here if you're gonna talk about
Right.
relying on guns more than people type of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. I didn't think about it that way. But
Yeah. Claire
another
says,
weird thing is we kill so I didn't mean to cut you off, but
"No, it's okay."
we kill he kills like, I don't know, 10 zombies maybe. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't really kill that much. And like Claire's like, well, thanks. I mean, I've killed way more zombies than that, especially if you consider like RE2.
Right.
Like
Right.
like I
Yeah.
don't think she needs Steve to protect her when she's been up against Mr. X, but all right.
No. Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that Claire starts to ask questions, rightfully. Who brought you here? Where's your family? And he says, "Shut up. I don't want to talk about it." And
Yeah.
then fires the gun.
Yeah, just like a reasonable question. He just storms off,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is more so.
Um,
Yeah.
my
Oh, go
my
ahead.
my question for you is the next scene the best scene in the game or the worst scene in the game?
Um, it's not a good scene. Probably the worst. Yeah, I think it's the worst. So
Yeah.
you come back as Control Claire. You fall through like a scaffolding, like a wooden scaffold type of thing, and then you're in a room. Claire's kind of like pinned under a board, and there's a different model than the rest of the zombies, kind of like a big a large obese zombie, and he is attacking you, and you're screaming for Steve to shoot him to help you, and he's like paralyzed.
Hmm.
And then eventually he screams, "Father!" and just unloads into him, and yeah, loads like 100 bullets into him.
Yeah.
And then you get a trophy that says a changed father. I think that's after the cutscene you get the trophy, but it
Yeah.
may me laugh. Yeah,
That's very funny.
that's like the lightest way to put it. Like if you kill your own dad, then you're like, well, your father sure changed. Like, well, yeah, he's a zombie and also dead. So
Yeah. And then we learn why why Steve was there, which I think we talked about in our last episode, but his dad was selling Umbrella Secrets. His dad was caught, his mom was killed, and they were both sent to this prison off of Antarctica, which is dark as hell.
it's dark as hell. So he's understandably mad at his dad
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
conflicted that he had to kill his zombie dad, which is it's tough to imagine. I mean, I can't put myself in that situation. Um, actually, I feel like you'd be kind of like, well, they're zombies, it's kind of, but I
Right.
get it'd be hard if it was, somebody
Sure.
you knew. So yeah,
Yeah. But it's just so overwrought and it's just so
yeah. Especially
man,
the screaming father is very like he might as well be like looking up to the sky and screaming with his arms out. It's just
pretty
very,
much.
very over the top. Yeah.
Yeah. And cliche in a
Cliched,
not
yeah.
fun way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all zombie media does this. Like at some point you find like a zombie family member, a zombie friend, and even Resident Evil does it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm kind of, this was 25 years ago, so maybe it wasn't as much eye rolly, but I was kind of rolling my eyes on it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think something that I was wrong about is was Claire turned on in this scene?
oh, I didn't even notice your note there. I thought you said that Claire just turns to him, is how I read it. I
No.
don't think she was. I don't think she was sexually turned on. I think she was more like maybe I was too hard on Steve because she's kind
Okay.
of like, oh, this dumbass, what's he doing? And I think she's kind of like, oh, I guess maybe like when you like happens sometimes in life where you have somebody that you're like, it's kind of a prick, and then you like
Yeah.
talk to them for a while or talk to them for a while, and you're like, oh, maybe there's reasons why they act like that. Maybe it's not just that they're an asshole. Maybe they have put up on a wall or whatever. So I think
Yeah.
it's more that
I
Claire's
see.
Claire's emotional intelligence is coming through.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because yeah, the tone of her voice, I was like, wait, is she turned
yeah.
on? I was like, I don't think so. That would make no sense.
She's that would raise a lot of questions if she was like turned on by watching someone kill their own father. Then she'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm the real Alexia Ashford, actually. Like she'd join up with Alexia and be
Yeah,
like, let's
right.
roll together.
If
I
they
hear you
remake
killed your own father.
if they remake this game, that's what they should do.
That's yeah, well,
Everybody
we'll
would,
talk about that in wrap up,
yeah,
whether or not we want to remake, but
yeah, they would
yeah.
lose, everybody would lose their minds if they did that. They'd be like, oh my God.
Just totally make clear evil. Make clear what would be the word? Patricide would be killing your father. So she'd be a patricide sexual,
A
I guess. Patrosexual.
patricidophile.
Patricidophile. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're turned
yeah,
on by killing a/slash your dad. And she's an
yeah,
orphan, so maybe there's some
yeah.
psychosexual stuff going
Well,
on there.
Chris wouldn't like that.
Chris won't like that. Well, Chris is like A1,
Well,
having
that's
their
true.
designs on Claire, so yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, she's all over him.
He's
And he
bursting out of his
Yeah, and
shirt.
He's busting out his shirt.
Yeah. He's at his limit. Yeah.
So there's not too much left in this facility, right? In terms of, getting items and what we're doing here.
No,
Eventually we
yeah, it splits him up again because Steve's too depressed to talk. He goes nonverbal and just sits
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
yeah. One room that is kind of cool that we return to, I think, a few times throughout is the model room. So it's a very bizarre room. So there's a painting on the wall, and the painting is of the very room you're in.
Yeah.
And it,
Can you
and
imagine?
no, that would fuck
Be a
me up
crazy
big
thing to do.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
Especially if it's off. That would really be like,
when it's off.
well, because the idea is the painting does not match up with the room. That's like your hint.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So it suggests that you need to retrieve the painting that's in the painting on the opposite wall
Yeah.
and hang it to unlock a secret
Yeah.
passage.
Again,
Which,
just normal stuff that anyone would be like, oh, of course, in real life, you know.
yeah, yeah,
But it's a video game, so we're kind of, we're looking
right,
for
right,
puzzles. So more adventure
right.
game logic from Resident Evil.
Yeah. And there's like some interesting like model tanks and jets
Yeah. Well,
in
it's
this
a
room.
mini model of the facility.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what. So yeah, there's a mini actual mini model, and there's a picture of the room with the model in it, with pictures missing.
right,
Yes,
right. Yeah.
to
And
signal that you're supposed to find the picture that's missing, which you do.
what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then may I read the sentence that I wrote for this,
Yes,
which
go ahead.
describes the
It
the
is
logic
insane.
here? Yeah. So there's a painting with a code on it that unlocks the laboratory it's in. And if you get the painting, you can place it in another room. You're supposed to do that because there's a painting of the room you're in with two paintings on it, but there's only one painting on the wall in the room itself. And that'll unlock a key that will help you later on get a red gem in the shape of an ant that can be used to obtain a record plate. That if you place it in the adjoining bedroom of the room with the plate, it unlocks a secret attic compartment that's actually an upstairs carousel.
And that's only part of it
Right.
because the actual painting itself has a code on it. That's this painting, right? The
Yeah.
skeleton
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah.
So before you get the painting, you have to use a security camera to look at a code that's written on the painting to get into the room to get the painting. And you're supposed to do this because there's a memo saying like, "Hey, I know you're bad at remembering what the code is, so I wrote the code on a painting." And that the whole thing is insane. It's
Yeah. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
It might be like the craziest puzzle we've done so far.
Right. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Also, like, I mean, I know this is not the point, but I'm like, you're so bad at remembering a code, some dude had to write it on a painting? That's awful.
Painting. Horrible information security umbrella.
Yeah, right. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
They'd be falling for phishing emails like nobody's business,
oh
these
yeah.
people.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. I think the only other thing in this area that we haven't talked about, and I don't even think it's really worth talking about that much, is the albinoid.
Yeah, this is another new enemy that is introduced that's not good. So yeah, you read about this is the basically the creature that you see kill the guy in the lab.
Right.
And then you go in there, there's these little like sort of amphibian
Yeah.
guys that have like electricity.
Yeah, they're like electric eels, but like frog-like kind of.
Yeah, they're like kind of frog, like what's the thing that killed Steve Irwin? Stingray looking things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not good. And you can just run away from them. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So later
You
on
should
in the
mention too,
game.
the painting is a painting of like a pirate skeleton on like a red backdrop. It's also, to top it off, it's also the craziest painting you've ever seen.
Yeah, that's totally wild
But
to me.
yeah. Yeah, and then we wrap it up. We go back to there's a few more things we can do in the military training facility with the lockpick. You can go back and kind of clean it up, find some ammo, but it's very optional. So that's
Right.
the military training facility. But
Right. Right. And
yeah.
And just to kind of reiterate, we're really in the experience of playing this game, we're shuttling
We're
between,
back and forth. Yeah.
yeah, the military training facility, the palace, and later on the private residence.
Yeah. There's a lot of backtracking in this game for better or for worse,
Right.
which we'll get into in the wrap up thoughts. But yeah, I think we've been going for a while. So I think we're probably a good time
Yeah.
to do an episode break, and we'll come
Let's
back and
say goodbye.
we'll wrap up Claire's story because the next few sections strap in because the next few sections are also kind of long. We'll try
Yeah.
to we'll try to be a little less long-winded.
Yeah. Strap
Or maybe
in,
not. I guess you'll see.
strap in like you're on a jet from one Antarctica island to another.
Yep. Strap in like you're heading to Antarctica, baby.
That's right. Where it's all barter economy.
Where it's all a barter economy. And there's no currency. So, but
Yeah. Cool.
yep. So yeah, until then, this has been another episode of
Hot
Hot
zombie
Zombie Summer.
summer.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks to do the next part of Code Veronica.
X.
Code Veronica X, excuse me. Forgot the
Yeah.
X.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
no, I wasn't trying to correct you. I was
Oh
trying
yeah,
to
you were
add. Yeah.
trying to give a little extra.
Yeah. Yeah.
The X stands for extra.
Should we play X gonna give it to you?
X cute. This episode is dedicated to DMX. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
So
be the wildest before and after ever answer. It would be the answer is Resident Evil Code Veronica X gonna give it to you.
just Ken Jennings. That could be another bizarre thing you'd say, like, what do you want to see? It's like, I want to see DMX, how he died.
Oh my God.
How did
That's
he die? Did he OD or heart attack? Or
I
I
thought it
don't
was like a
know.
heart attack or cardiac
Yeah.
arrest.
He seemed like he didn't live a super healthy life. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was supposed to see DMX in like 2014, I think it was, and he like just no-showed the whole concert.
oh wow,
I
that's
think because
bad.
probably like personal issues. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is
yeah, it
pretty
looks like it was
bad.
heart stuff.
Heart attack,
Oh,
but
cocaine-induced heart attack.
yeah, but maybe from a drug overdose. He was in a
Yeah.
vegetative state, lost organ function. I mean, dead at 50. I mean, that's young. That's really
50
young.
is, yeah, that's way too young.
That's
So yeah,
yeah.
poor guy. But anyway,
Yeah.
uh, DMX, we'll never forget you. I forgive you for not playing at Zombie Pub Crawl 2014. I
Oh,
know you're
okay.
going through some shit, so
Yeah. Yeah.
no.
I thought you were gonna say I forgive you for not being in Code Veronica.
And also for not being in Code Veronica.
He
There's
just
those zombies riding around on ATVs, Rough
yeah,
Riders.
he just like shows up. It's like arf arf, and Claire's like
Hey, it's
Claire's like
Dogman X. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. So, all right, that was another episode of Hot Zombie Summer, and we'll be back in a few weeks.
And in the meantime, check us out on Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcasts. And be sure to follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky at Hot Zombie Summer Pod, all one word.
So until next time, don't be a Jill sandwich.